Hello and welcome to a Microsoft tutorial. Today we'll be discussing Windows 10 native disk imaging tools. I'll provide a step-by-step guide on how to clone your current disk so that you can prepare it to be restored onto new media like a new hard disk. So it's a 5-step process. So the first step, we'll create a Windows 10 bootable USB system repair disk. The next step will be to perform a system image backup. So we'll take a snapshot of your current disk, and we'll back that up to an external hard drive, or if you have an extra hard drive that's installed internally, we can use that as well. The third step will be to install the new hard disk. So it'll be a blank, unformatted hard disk, whatever you put in there that you buy from the store, Memory Express or Amazon. It can be an NVMe hard drive if you have an M.2 slot, or a SATA SSD, for example. And then step 4 will be to boot system off the USB drive and restore the image. And then step 5 will be to boot up fresh and verify the migration has worked. So we're going to go through that right now. So I'm just going to open this here, and we're going to go over the tools that we're going to need today. So we're going to need a USB stick. I have a 64 gig Patriot Exporter XT Rage 64, but I mean a 32 would be more than enough, even a 16. I would recommend a 16 or 32 if you have one handy. They're so cheap nowadays, so affordable, 10-15 bucks for one of these things. If you have a spare mechanical drive kicking around and you don't have an additional drive installed in your current computer, or you're working off a laptop or something like that, then what you can do is buy one of these cables for 20 bucks. You can buy the USB 3.0 depending on what type of USB port you have on your device. I believe I have the 3.0 one. And then you can convert any kind of mechanical 2.5 inch drive, like this Firecuda here, for example. So say you went to Memory Express and you bought this new NVMe drive, and you want to take your current copy of Windows 10 and you want to put it on your new drive. That's what we're going to be discussing today. So again, we need a USB stick. You need some sort of external drive or an installed internal drive on your computer, depending on what you're doing, and you need your new hard drive that you haven't installed yet or unpackaged. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do right now is we're going to create the Windows installation media. So we're going to create the Windows repair disk. So we're going to go over to this website. So it's Microsoft.com. It's called Software Download Windows 10. So if you wanted to actually search for that, all you would just do is type in Windows 10 download, and then you would just go down to here. So download Windows 10 from Microsoft, and it'll bring us right back to that page. So what we're going to do is we want to download this tool. So it's create Windows 10 installation media. To get started, you will first need to have a license to install Windows 10. You can then download and run the media creation tool. For more information on how to use the tool, see the instructions below. So we're going to download this. And then we're going to click Open File down here at the bottom left. And then click Yes when prompted. Alright, I'm going to minimize this. And then what I will do is I'm going to fast forward the timeline. And then I'm going to insert also the USB stick. Click Accept. So what do we want to do? What we'd like to do is create the installation media using a USB flash drive. So select this radio button and then click Next. We're going to use the default options, so we're going to use the recommended options for this PC, which is already selected for us. We're going to use a USB flash drive, so it needs to be at least 8 gigabytes. So if you have a 16 or 32 gigabyte flash drive kicking around, that would be more than enough for this. So I'm going to click Next now. And this is my USB drive that's in there. So I'm going to click Next. Hello and welcome back. Okay, so now that step 1 has been completed. Step 1 was create Windows 10 bootable USB system repair disk. So our system repair disk is now complete and ready. So we're going to click finish, and now we're going to go on to step number 2. Step number 2 is to perform a full system image backup. So how we're going to do that is we're going to go into the search bar down here at the bottom left, and we're going to type in Control Panel, bring this up, and right now we're viewing by category. Some other folks out there might have large or small icons. If you just select category from this list here, and then go over to Backup and Restore Windows 7. So these native imaging tools have been around since the advent of Windows 7, and so today what we're going to do is we're going to create a full system image. So I'm going to select create a system image up at the top left there. I'm just going to double check to see how much data is on my C drive. I'm just going to look at the file folders I have here. And then I'm going to double check and see what the size is. So right now our U space is 61.1 gigabytes. So we're going to need at least 60 gigabytes of available disk space. So I'm going to go and look here, and I'm going to delete this because I ran one of these earlier. So let's empty that. Okay, so I'm going to use the internal disk. However, if you were going to use an external USB disk drive, you would plug it in now, and then you would go and select refresh, and then it should be in the list here. So right now you see the ESD USB. That is the 64 gig drive that I had available for that was used for the system repair disk. So I'm going to go with the local disk D that's installed locally inside the chassis, and then I'm going to click next. And it already sees all of the different partitions that it needs, so I'm going to click start backup. Okay, welcome back. So it looks like the step 2, perform system image backup, is completed successfully, and now it's prompting to create a system image, create a system repair disk. We've already did that in the first step, so we're going to forego this one, but if you wanted to click yes, you could. However, it's going to look for the old school kind of media like a CD, DVD, which we're not using CDs or DVDs at this moment. We used a USB stick instead, so we're just going to cancel out of that, and we're going to close. So right now I'm just going to go over to the D drive, and we're going to make sure that, yep, so we have a Windows image backup folder that's there, and of course you can't open it because it's kind of locked, so we'll leave it the way it is. And the next step would be to install our new hard disk. So if you have your new hard disk, whether it's an NVMe M.2 drive or a SATA or a new SSD, SATA SSD, then you would install it right now, and then what we'll do is we'll shut down and install the disk. And it's an older HP, and I'm going to select the I believe it's escape key for ultimate boot menu. So here we go. So I select escape, and then I'm going to go down to boot menu, which is F9. And then my Patriot hard drive is right there, Patriot memory. I'm going to use that. UEFI. I don't know if UEFI would work, or if maybe Patriot memory. I'm going to go down to legacy here, try that. There we go, it seemed to take that. Looks like it's still booting here. And I can see the light on the USB stick is flashing, so it looks like it is reading. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to boot this up, and then we're going to look for our latest image that we just backed up, and then we're going to use that to restore. So right now we just finished step 3, install a new hard disk, and now we're moving on to step 4. We're going to boot the system off the USB drive and restore the image to our freshly installed hard drive. Okay, so what we're going to do is for Windows setup, we're just going to select the defaults. That's fine. And then instead of clicking install now, we're going to click this hyperlink down at the bottom left here that says repair your computer. And then what we're going to do is going to click troubleshoot, reset your PC, or see advanced options. And then we're going to select system image recovery, recover Windows using a specific system image file. And then choose your targeted operating system, which is Windows 10. And it already found our latest available system image, and it's saying this is the recommended. But if you had multiple images on here, you could select system image and then click next, but this is the only one that we have, so we're just going to click next on this. And then we got to select this again and then click next. And format and repartition disk. Select this to delete any existing partitions and reformat all disks. So it's going to do that anyway, so we're not going to worry about that. Your computer will be restored from the following system image. So that's the one we just created. All data on the drives to be restored will be replaced with the data in the system image. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. Alright, so it looks like step 4 completed successfully. The image has been restored, so what I'm going to do is going to eject the USB drive, and then I'm going to select restart. And there we go. There's my login profile, and I will log in. So there we have it. We have my old Windows 10 operating system with all of my files. I'll even double check here, so I got some program there. And even my old shortcuts are all here. So yeah, there's my Windows profile and everything's intact. So this was a success, and it's very handy information to have. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and leave a like or a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.